Okay then, so we are playing on the arena set, doing Claim the Catacombs. So for this one, there are 5 objectives across the board, in a nice diagonal line straight down the middle. At the end of each turn, each battle round, a player scores 1 victory point for each of the following conditions: control 1 or more objectives, 2 or more objectives, or more objectives than the opponent. So the main mission is to control as many of those 5 objectives as possible, but we cannot score more than 9 victory points in the game for doing that. So we do have to go after some of the side objectives. We have some side objectives that we've picked from: attrition, bounty hunters, domination, recon, sweep, and thin their ranks. We have both picked 3 of those and discarded 2, but we don't know which ones that the opponent has took. There's also a bonus objective that at the end of a turn you score an additional point if you control both of the furthest objective markers. So it's all about trying to hold as much of the board as possible. The game will automatically end on turn 4, so we're really going to have to try and get out there and secure as many objectives as possible. So for 100 points of Servants of the Abyss, we have a Rogue Psyker who is leading them, a Negaval Cultist who is a Zealot Specialist, a Cultist of the Abyss Gunner with a Grenade Launcher as the Demolition Specialist, and another Gunner with a Heavy Stubber and Heavy Specialist. 3 more Negavolt Cultists, a Traitor Sergeant, 2 Traitor Guardsman Gunners with Flamethrowers, and a Cultists of the Abyss Champion, which makes 99 points of Servants of the Abyss. For 100 points of Genestealer Cultists, we have a Neophyte Leader armed with a Bolt Pistol and Power Pick. We have 2 Acolyte Fighters. The one with the Drill is a Combat Specialist, and the one with the Claw is a Zealot, but they are both actually armed with Heavy Rock Saws. There's also a Neophyte Gunner who is armed with a Seismic Cannon and is the Demolition Specialist. There's 1 more Fighter, again Heavy Rock Saw, an Acolyte Leader with Lash Whip and Bone Sword, another Neophyte Gunner with a Mining Laser, 1 more Neophyte Gunner with a Grenade Launcher, and 4 Neophyte Hybrids, all with shotguns. And that is 100 points of Genestealer Cultists. Hey puppy, you're going to be watching this carefully? Yeah? You're going to be making sure your mum's not cheating? Yeah, good boy. So at the start of the game, we roll 2d6 just to see who deploys first. I'm rolling black. Genestealer Cultists get 8. And the Servants of the Abyss get 5. Genestealer Cultists to deploy first. Okay then, so end of deployment. The Genestealer Cultists, most of the melee guys are raring to go straight for the middle, with a couple more on the flanks. Mining Laser and another one of the Acolytes with the heavy melee weapon down this angle, and just a lone guy with a shotgun trying to push that door there. On the Servants of the Abyss side, a bit more evenly spread out, like Negaval Cultists on basically every approach. The Rogue Psykers going down the far right flank with the Grenade Launcher. Some of them are Traitor Guard pushing a flank on their own, and the Cultist Champion and one of the other Negaval Cultists trying to go for the long way around that way. So, let's roll off and see who gets first turn on turn 1. Genestealer Cultists are rolling black. 11. 4. So, Genestealer Cultists have the initiative for turn 1. Also at the start of the game, all the cultists have Cult Ambush special roll, which means that we roll for each model, and on a 5-up they get to make a move before the game actually begins. So this guy here. Nope. Mining Laser. Nope. Shotgun. Yes. So Shotgun guy gets to move first, and as part of that move, he'll just open that door. This guy with the melee weapon. No. This Shotgun guy. No. Seismic Cannon, no. Acolyte with the melee, no. Acolyte Leader, no. Other Acolyte Fighter, no. This guy with the Grenade Launcher, yes, he gets to make a normal move, and he shall move up to that corner there. Leader does not. And the last guy with the shotgun, no. So all the pre-game moves are done for the Genestealer Cultists into regular movement for turn 1. Okay then, quick summary of turn 1 movement. The Heavy Laser and the Seismic Cannon have stayed the course, stayed where they are. Shotgun guys moved up here and opened this door. The other shotgun guy tried to advance to contest objective 4, but was met by a charge from the Negavolt Cultist and has suffered a mortal wound and a flesh wound as a result, and has also tied up this acolyte in the melee. Right in the middle, we have a bit of a mess as the leader tried to go to the other side to stop people coming in. That did not stop the Negavolt from getting around him though. And there's a flamer currently staring down one of the melee weapons, but not within close combat range. Over here is the cultist leader just sitting on her own with objective 5, no problems. Over there we've got another flamethrower facing down a acolyte fighter, but not in melee range, and a grenade launcher there to help, trying to contest 2. Up here, another Negavolt and the Rogue Psycho trying to come around to contest both 1 and 2, but there's already a grenade launcher there facing down the neophyte leader. So, going into the Psychic phase then, and there's only one Psyker, it's that Rogue Psycho over there. So, he rolls 2 dice, needing a 5, but can reroll 1s, and any doubles cause him damage. 6, so goes off. So the nearest visible target to him is this guy with the grenade launcher. So I don't get armor from that, it's just an instant mortal wound on the grenade launcher guy. So roll a dice on a 4 up, he's dead. He lives. Well, that is another flesh wound. Okay, shooting then. So Genestealer Cultists go first. If you open the door, you don't count as ready. So I don't think any of us have any ready models. So just straight up into regular shooting then. I am very concerned about that flamer on 2. Since our grenade launchers took a flesh wound, I'm not convinced he'll actually manage to hit him particularly well. So I'll get the combat guy to throw off a blasting charge, which is basically a small grenade, into that flamethrower. So blasting charge has d6 shots. 4. So 4 strength 3 shots, hitting on 4s. 1, 2, 3 at strength 3. The Shredder Guardsman's toughness is 3, wounding on 4s. Singular. Regular armor save for the Shredder Guardsman of a 5 up, please. Makes it.
Yeah, I'll do this guy into him.
Flamethrowing into the Acolyte Fighter, so hits d6 times. 5 times. Strength 4 versus toughness 3, you're wounding on 3s. 1, 2, 3. The fighter has an armor save of 5 up. So 3 5s up for the fighter. Nope. So that deals him a wound. Okay, so there probably is a little bit of skill from that box there. So on a 5 up, he dies. Nope. You could reroll that if you wanted to.
Yeah, get on there.
Yep, spending a CP for a reroll. 5 up. No. But that is another flesh wound. And the flesh wounds are piling up already for the Genestealer Cultists. The grenade launcher with the flesh wound is going to fire his grenade launcher into that approaching Negavolt Cultist. Usually hits on 4s. The Cultist is in half range but behind cover, so he hits on 5s. He gets d6 shots with a frag grenade. 5. Usually hitting on 4s, now hitting on 5s, hitting on 6s for the flesh wound and cover. Singular. So the frag grenade has a strength of 3 versus the cultist toughness of 3. Wounds on a 4 up. Does not.
Oh, him again.
Okay, into the wounded Acolyte Fighter. So you're going to hit on a 4. Yep, so usually hits on 4s. The Acolyte Fighter is behind cover though, so 3 shots hitting on 5s. 1, 2. Strength 4 versus toughness 3, so wounding on 3s. Both. 5 up armor saves for the Acolyte Fighter. Passes 1, fails the other. He's once flesh wounded but behind cover, so 4 up will kill him. That's a kill. First kill of the match is the Acolyte Fighter. So Bounty Hunter's token has been placed there, as that's one of Asia's objectives. So if you end up in base contact with that token at any point, you gain a victory point. Okay, so the neophyte leader is shooting into that grenade launcher with his bolt pistol. Is in half range, but he's behind cover, so hits on a 5. Misses. Grenadier into the neophyte leader. You fire a frag or a crack grenade. Frag will get you more shots, crack's more likely to kill if it hits.
I'll do the d6.
Okay, so firing a frag grenade from the demolition specialist into the neophyte leader. D6 shots. 6 shots. Hitting on 4s because he's in the open. Ooh, damn, that's 5 hits?
Yeah.
Okay, wounding on 4s, I believe. Yep, grenade launcher with strength 3, so wounding on 4s. 1, and a single 5-up save for the neophyte leader. No, I'm going to spend a command point to try and reroll that. You need a 5-up. Yes, makes it. Leader's still alive. So from the size mechanic, I'm going to fire the short wave, which gets me a 2 shot, strength 6, AP -1, 2 damage. He is in half range, but he is behind cover, so 2 shots hitting on 5s. Neither.
Okay, this last pistol guy to shoot him.
Okay, so unobscured but long range, so 1 shot hits on a 5. Hits. Wounds on a 4. Wounds. 5-up armor save. That's a save. So this guy with a shotgun will shoot that flamethrower. So the shotguns are 12-inch assault 2. If it's in half range, add 1 to the strength. Yes, he's in half range. But he's behind cover. So 2 shots hitting on 5s. Both. Strength 4 because at half range, wounding on 3s. 1, 2. 2 arm saves of 5-up for that flamethrower, please. No. Only 1 damage though. So 5-up to kill. He lives. That's a flesh wound. D6 hits with the flamer. 2. So all on 1 or 1 each?
Both on this guy.
Okay, both on the fighter. Strength 4 with the flamer, wounds on 3s. Both. 2 5-up saves for the fighter. Passes 1, fails the other. Is some obscuration there, so kills on a 5-up. Lives. Okay, that is a lot of flesh wounds for the Genestealer cults though. Okay, so this guy with a shotgun will fire long range and obscured to that guy with the grenade launcher. 2 shots hitting on 6s. Neither.
Okay. I've got this guy. He's going to just shoot his pistol into there.
Yep, so long range and obscured. 1 shot hits on a 6. No. Summing up, shooting then. The flamethrower completely barbecued one of the Acolyte fighters, but took a flesh wound himself from a burst of the shotgun in the same room. Over here, the flamethrower has dealt a flesh wound to the Acolyte fighter, and the guy with the grenade launcher suffered his from the psychic phase. A lot of fire traded elsewhere, however, but the only kill so far is the single Acolyte fighter. So, moving into the fight phase. Okay, so this zealot that charged in usually has 3 attacks. He has 4 because he made the charge, and he is hitting on a 3-up. And each roll of 6 scores 3 additional hits. So that 6 actually converts to 3 additional hits, so he hits 4 times. He is a zealot and it's a strength 5 weapon, so when he charged it, add 1 to the strength, it is now strength 6, so it is wounding on 2s.
All of them.
All of them. Yeah, all of them. So, Acolyte Leader needs to make 4 armor saves of 5-up. Makes none of them, but it is 1 damage. He's in the open to you, so a single dice on a 4-up. The Acolyte Leader dies. Lives.
Can I re-roll that? Is that
You do have a command point left, so you could re-roll that if you wanted to.
Yeah.
4-up. Lives again.
Bloody hell.
Okay, that's a flesh wound for the Acolyte Leader. Your next fighter is this guy here who charged him.
Okay, so he gets to attack both of them.
Yes, he can split his attacks however he likes. He has 3 of them.
I'll do 1 onto him and 2 onto him.
Okay, so 3 attacks from the Negavolt Cultist, 1 onto the shotgun, 2 onto the fighter. Which one do you want to do first? Because we'll better do them sequentially. Yep, so 1 attack on the shotgun. Hits on a 3, 6 counts as 3 hits. Misses. As for the fighter, 2 attacks, hitting on 3s, 6 is extra. Misses both. Oof. Not particularly good. So this Acolyte fighter is going to fight into the Negavolt Cultist. He's a combat specialist, so he gets 3 attacks, hitting on 3s with his heavy rock saw. So 3 attacks hitting 3s. 1, 2. It is strength times 2, so 8 wounding on 2s. Neither! Snake eyes it. So, flesh wounded shotgun guy will take a punt into the Negavolt cultist. He is flesh wounded, so he hits on a 5. Misses. Okay, so the Acolyte leader will attack into that Negavolt cultist using his Lash Whip and Bone Sword. He has 3 attacks hitting on 3s. 1, 2. He has a strength of 4, so he wounds on 3s. Single. So, Negavolt cultist has a 5 up invulnerable save. Single dice. Makes it. Okay, and that's everything done. So, a whole lot of not much cracking off in the fight phase. The Acolyte leader took a flesh wound, but other than that, a whole lot of whiffs by everybody else. So, into morale then. Okay then, for the morale phase, the Genestealer cultists are 1 flesh wound or death away from having to take a break test. They don't have to currently do it. Also, their standard leadership of 8, -1 for the single model killed, is not enough to force them to take individual nerve tests. This traitor guardsman with the flamethrower has a leadership of 6 and no deaths on his team, so he can't fail his nerve test either. So, nothing cracking off with the nerve test, so let's just tally up the score for turn 1. So, objective 1 is yours, so you get a point for having 1 objective. Objective 4 is mine, so I get a point for having that one. Objective 3, let's see who's in 2 inches of it. Your flamer is in 2 inches, obviously the Negavolt is, my shotgun is, my leader is. So 3 is currently contested, nobody has the middle objective. Objective 2, that's mine, I've got more models there, as is objective 1. So, extra points for having 2 or more, extra point for having more than the opponent. So, scored more in that regard. So, no bonus objectives for me, neither of us control the far objectives, both of them, so no bonus points. So, the score for turn 1 is 1 to the Servants of the Abyss, 3 for the Genestealer cultists, as we move into turn 2. So, initiative for turn 2, 2d6. Genestealer cultists have 11. Servants of the Abyss have 6. Genestealer cultists to go first. Okay, so summarising movements of turn 2. Shotgun guy advanced to try and get onto objective 5, was immediately met by a counter charge from the Negavolt cultist and suffered a flesh wound for his trouble. This shotgun guy is disengaged from that melee to go take objective 4. The heavy stubber was caught by a surprise charge from the shotgunner. These guys in the middle stay where they were. The flamer readied up, as did the seismic cannon, as did the mining laser. Down here, the neophyte leader tried to charge the demolition specialist and failed, was killed on the charge, and as such the grenadier moved up to contest objective 1 and also get firing lines onto the seismic guy. Up over here, the Rogue Psyker has moved up to try and get a line of sight onto them with his Cybolts, and a big old melee has erupted here with lots of people fighting over objective 2. There was also a traitor sergeant who tried to join into that mob and failed. So, on to the psychic phase. Oh boy. There's only one psyker on the board that Archie can see, and it's that Rogue Psyker. So, 2d6. Needing a 5, any doubles causes peril of the walk, you can reroll 1s. So that goes off with a 6. Deals a mortal wound to the closest visible enemy, which is that Acolyte fighter. He's once flesh wounded, so kills on a 3-up, single dice. Yep, he's dead. Yep, Acolyte fighter dies. Oh, it is not looking good for the Genestealer cultists. And he leaves behind him one of the bounty hunter tokens right there. That was a point, actually. When you killed my other leader, that would have left a token up there. So psychic phase is done. A very lethal sidebolt from the Rogue Psyker has killed another one of the Acolyte fighters. So going into the shooting phase then, with the Genestealer cultists having the advantage. So the seismic cannon will use his shortwave setting to fire into the flamethrower over there. Hits on 4s usually, the flamer is in cover though, so 2 shots hitting on 5s. Ugh, neither. Let's reroll one of those real quick. Needing a 5. Still no. Ah, not good. Your first readied shot.
Okay, I will shoot back at you then.
Okay, d6 hits. 5 hits, winning on 3s. That's a lot. 4 of them. So 4 5-up armor saves. Makes 2, fails 2 though. And he's not flesh wounded, he is in cover. Single 5 up to kill. He's dead. Away goes the seismic cannon. So single shot from the mining laser to the grenade launcher. Hits on a 6. Nope. Okay, that's all my ready done. You've got any more readied?
No.
Nope, so going into unreadied shooting then. Let's fire off this guy with the shotgun to fire, and he will fire into the rogue psyker back there. So 2 shots with a shotgun, long range and obscured, hitting on 6s. Neither.
I shoot him into that guy then.
So rogue psyker into the shotgun, long range and obscured, hits on a 6, single dice. Does, wounds on a 4. Also does, single, 5 up armor save. Passes, fine.
I'll do the multi one.
So frag grenade from the grenade guy into him, long range and obscured, d6 shots. 6 shots, hitting on 6s. None. So summarising the shooting phase then. So another Genestealer cultist was taken down by a blast from the flamethrower, so no more seismic cannon for the Genestealer cultists. And a lot of ineffectual fire trade between the mining laser, grenade launcher, shotgun, and the rogue psyker's las pistol. So moving into the fight phase. Get my grenade launcher to slap into the Negavolt cultist that's charged in behind him. Hits once on a 5. Nope. Your first charger.
So it'll be him.
Yep, so 3 attacks. He's once flesh wounded. Oh no, he's not flesh wounded. That's a marker for bounty hunters.
Hunter, yeah.
So 3 attacks hitting on 3s. 6s explode. So 2 hits, wounding on 3s. Both. 2 5 palm saves for the cultist. Fails 1. He's once flesh wounded. He's in the open. 3 up to kill. Nope. Twice flesh wounded. Next charger. Let's get this guy over here charging the heavy specialist. So single attack, hits on a 4. Does, wounds on a 4. Does not. So that Negavolt going into that cultist. 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. 6s explode. 2 6s, so that is 7 hits total. Wounding on 3s. 1, 2, 3. 4 actually. Yep, 4. 4 5 up armor saves. No. He's already flesh wounded, so it's only 1 damage, only 1 goes through. Single dice, kills on a 3 up. Dead. Where goes that guy? Okay, so as the combat specialist, he gets 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. 1, 2. Strength times 2, 8, so wounding on 2s. Both of them, AP minus 4, 2 damage. So 2 5 up invulnerable saves for the Negavolt cultist. Fails them both. So 2 damage, so 2 5 ups, you need both of them for the feel no pain. Nope. So, failed the feel no pain, so 2 damage goes through, so 2 dice, 4s to kill on either. Neither. Let's spend a command point to re-roll that. There we go, that's a kill. So Negavolt cultist dies.
Okay, I'll go this guy.
Okay, so Zealot is attacking to him. He didn't charge, so he only gets 3 attacks. Hitting on 3s. All of them. Winning on 3s. 2 of them. 5 up armor saves. Fails. Once flesh wounded, 3 up to kill. Dead. Now, that Acolyte leader is dead, but the Lash Whip and Bone Sword means he still gets to make his attacks before he dies. So he gets 3 attacks going back into the Negavolt cultist. He was flesh wounded, so hitting on 4s. None of them. Well, he died. Okay, so the Flamer's hitting into the cultist. Single attack, hits on a 4.
1 dice.
Yep. Hits, wounds on a 4. Wounds. 5 up armor save. Fails twice flesh wounded, in the open, 2 up to kill. Yeah, dead.
Have I done her now?
Nope, so single attack, hits on a 4. Yep, wounds on a 4. No. Okay, so, end of fight phase. That was brutal. So, the Acolyte Fighter managed to make the only kill so far for the Genestealers with his heavy rock saw, but the Acolyte Leader is been killed over there. Another Acolyte Fighter has been killed over there. The Grenade Launcher has been killed. Oh yeah, there is a lot of dead Genestealer cultists at this point. So moving into morale, there is 1, 2, 3, 4 alive and fine Genestealer cultists versus a lot of them dead. So they definitely need to take a morale test to see if the team breaks. So highest leadership for these guys would be the Acolyte Fighter here, who has a leadership of 7. Okay, so the team does not break, but there are still nerve tests to be taken. This guy, with so many dead, would need a 1 to stay standing. He actually stays standing. This guy over here, same deal, needs a 1 to stay up. He stays standing. What about this guy? Yeah, no, he falls over. Okay, so... not great. And I think your guys are way off needing to pass a break test. The only thing I could think of was this flamethrower here. He needs to roll an individual nerve test. On a 6 he falls over. He does not. Okay. So, tally up score then for end of turn 2. This one is very much in the hands of the Servants of the Abyss. This one, bizarrely, is actually in mine, so that's 1 point apiece so far. Middle one, Servants of the Abyss. And objectives 2 and 1 are both in Servants of the Abyss, so they get a point for more. So they are at 4 total. And because they control both the furthest objectives, they now have 5 points. And at this point, I am going to concede as a Genestealer cult player. With a broken team, barely any models, more control for the Servants of the Abyss. There is no way they are clawing back from this one. So, that is a win for the Servants of the Abyss. Good game. Very well played. Thanks for joining us on this shorter than I intended kill team matchup. Hopefully we'll see you all in the next one.